Subscribe to CIRV'N IT RAW.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Just make sure the coke fire. Told the jeweler cut some links and bring the gold higher. He wanna shoot it, he hot-headed, he ghost rider. Send him through your shit like Robin Givens with the old iron. Swinging, fork in the glass pot clanking. Holding the boat, they ship sinking. I make one brick, two without blinking. They was sleeping, now I got them rethinking shit.
Yes, Lord.
You tapped into CIRV'N IT RAW podcast. I am your host, Gutta Caine, the Gutta Man, the Pyrex Iron Chef. Yeah, I ain't whipping nothing right now.
And it's your girl, Qui-Lo Graham, a.k.a. Qui-Lo, and we are back in the kitchen, and what are we discussing today?
So, the topic today is Roc Marciano the most underrated rap artist? So, that's the topic. I personally feel that Roc Marciano is very underrated. Not only because of his production, but I think he's underrated as an artist as well. That's why he's in my top 5. But
I think he definitely is. Like, that's one. From the first time you played him, it's like the bars just caught my ear.
Yeah.
You know, the beats that he makes, they're so different, like out of the box, but they're dope. Like, sometimes I'll be listening to his beats and I'll be like, how the fuck did he come up with this?
Yes,
right?
Yes, we did that.
But he kills every single one.
Yeah.
Why he ain't talked about more, I don't know. But
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, do you think he wants to be like mainstream? Because you know how some artists, they're comfortable. I ain't gonna say comfortable, but it seems as if like they're like they have like this lane, mm-hmm. and they kind of stick in that lane, like how the conversation we had about Zero. You know, what I'm saying? Like they have a certain lane that they're at the top of their.
Well, a lot of times to become more of a commercial artist, you have to do certain things. You got to listen to other people. You can't 100% creatively be yourself. And I feel like for a Zero or a Roc Marcy, for them to be who they are, they where they at is good. So I understand it, but
because I feel like if he goes too far mainstream, I feel
he'll lose. Like, they want to make more songs about girls and just.
He'll probably lose the creativity that brings it to him. Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna tap into some of his videos. Or for my listeners, for our listeners, pardon me, for our listeners, you're gonna hear the songs. I want people to really pay attention to the wordplay, because that's the thing that gets me. Because a lot of people, they be like Jay-Z, and and Biggie or stuff like that with the wordplay. But I think Roc Marcy is just one of those guys.
I swear I've listened to his songs like hundreds of times, and every time I hear a song, there's something that pops out that I didn't hear before.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Well, this one right here is his Rosebudd Revenge compilation. And what I like about this video is actually 3 videos in one. So, it's one video. Let me take it back. It's one video, but it's like 3 different songs, and he cut videos for. And so I know the first one is Rosebudd's Revenge. Shout out to Rosebud. Double dose of this pimping. And then he was Rosebud Move Dope. And then I think it's Here I Am is the last song. And so after that we'll, discuss it. All right, but here's Roc Marcy right here with Rosebudd's Revenge.
Chef up for this nigga. Run the store, get some baking soda. Some eggs too. Yeah, nigga.
I want revenge.
Doubled up while them Younger slugs play double dutch. My new Mac 11 came with the muzzle on the front. Nigga, this ain't no front. My taste buds trump your flavor of the month. Rappers can't fuck with me, you can't name one. I paid a lump, the table spun. I did my blunt, named dust. The gauge pump, turn your brain to mush. The slug made the potato bust. Imagine what that Draco does. Give you a halo while I'm sniffing yayo off a J-Lo butt. It made a player face go numb. Beefing with me and mine lead to E. coli. You're not bona fide, them hoes I just bone and slide. I had a moment, the sky open. You're not potent, you're ibuprofen. This is heroin, that brown, not that yellow shit. They stepping all over it. If you look close, you can see the Louis Loafer print. Some nigga put his toes in this shit. No shit, it's over with. Hold this showmanship. Shootouts for foes, your Lord, hold up, I think my show dead. I think I'm hit, nigga, shit.
You say what? Call one up. Let me see. That's a shoulder wound, my nigga. Shit went straight through. Good. Let's go.
Get back. Don't think you can't get clear that where you living at. Fast, I put a nigga in a trick bag. And send you to your mama's gift wrap. That's where I'm at, we gon' kill your ass. It is what it is, fuck what it could've been. Read the bulletin, just some shit to put some bullets in. Look clips, you push this in. Look what I did here with a book and pen. Might stomp and leave a Gucci footprint. They groomed the pimp and burged off good, man. The handle on the burner wooden, nigga ain't no what ifs. It's all real, ain't no other way to put it. Niggas pussy, they don't wanna see us masked up and hooded. Niggas better off sneak this. Roots kids, I might send you home with your sneakers missing. Listen, beat only your bitch for me, she easy pickings. If she easy, I do greasy like Chinese chicken. Smoke blunts back to back, raw punch back. The bag made the bungee cord snap. Pull up the farms with my gorgeous ass. My smile's porcelain, my hood's a gauntlet. You like them, my shit more lit, it's orange. Come on, baby. I'ma say this once only, I'm a control freak. I got mind control over freaks. We chefing up. Who you think you impressing? We dressing up. Don't stick your chest out, you get your breast cut. Get off my left nut, I pull a 7 up. Y'all ain't said much, my young niggas head hunt. Had your shit looking like egg foo young. Y'all finished, y'all done. I might done you with the small gun. My man brung the drum, let's get a drum or some. A rubber pump. I let a hot one run in your cummerbund. Blood was all on his tux, button up. His buddies thought he might eat a few, he was muscular. But he didn't, he finished. I had the mask on, I had to just lift it to let him know who did this. I did this. I ate your food, it was delicious. My Haitian bitch doing voodoo with the chickens.
All these rappers out here rapping about the whole thing. They got that from the pimps. They got that from the boogers. They got that from the pimps. You know, they're not pimps.
They're not pimps at all.
Rappers are rappers. Pimps are pimps. Dope dealers are dope dealers. Hoes are hoes. Real ones. So the real shit is the real shit.
Alrighty. So we're back. Now, there's a few things we need to digest, okay, in this situation. Now, for the first song, Rosebudd's Revenge. Now, it was I had to pull up his lyrics on this one just because the bars that stood out to me because first of all, I like his simplistic ways he does his beats. Okay, It's almost like his verses is becoming another instrument for the beat. Okay,
Right.
So you don't really focus on that.
They're the standout.
Yes. Okay, but now I want to point out to the audience now. For this one, for the first song, he had a little bar in there. He said, "The gauge pump turn your brain to mush. The slug will make your potato bust. Imagine what the Draco does. Give you a halo while I'm sniffing yayo off of J-Lo butt." Like, it speaks for itself. The punchline itself, but the wordplay, the rhyming scheme, is what I want people to understand. You know, it's just a completely different rhyming scheme, okay? Then he comes back and he does the move dope, okay? Now, the line that stood out to me was just the ending. When he just ends it with, "I'm a control freak. I got mind control over freaks. You know what I'm saying? Like that metaphor is what stood out to me out of that one. And then, you know, obviously in Here I Am, it was rubber tum tum. I'm making hot one running. You come bun. Now, this is what tripping about that. I didn't know what the fuck come bun was. Okay, I had to Google that shit. And now, for people that don't know, a cummerbund is a thing that goes around your waist when you're wearing the tux. Who would have known?
I did because I was in marching band.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. So I'm like, what the hell? How you gonna put a bullet in a nigga cummerbund in his abdomen? Damn, the whole time. But what you think? I mean, not merely about the lyrics, but you know, just overall. You know,
I feel like once you listen, there's nothing more to be said.
Very true.
The only thing is that I've heard like some people and they be like they don't like him because he's not as animated. They feel like he's more monotone in his speaking, which he is. He's not like a stove god, you know, where it's really exciting and it's really attractive to your ears. But still, if you like get into it, you can still be amazed.
Well, okay, well, let me tell you, I know you're not, well, I know that you have listened to Cameron, but I know it's not, like, I know Cameron and Mace, both of them having that type of monotone type of, you know, their own, like, type of flow. It doesn't grasp you like a Roc. Why is that?
I really think it's just his word. I don't know. It's something about the wordplay. It's the production that I like. Like, I don't know. Nothing about Cam ever
really got you.
At all.
I can dig that.
At all. And Mace, if you can't say nothing nice, you don't say nothing at all. So
we're gonna try to say something nice. I think you play basketball very well.
I wouldn't know.
All right, well, we're gonna move on. All right, the next song on our playlist today is gonna be Richard Gere.
Back, bitch. Shame with you. Shame with you. Shame with you. No, hey, when a nigga hit. No, I'm shame with you, bitch. No name niggas. Shame with you. That's the business. You know the way it go. How it go, nigga? Yeah. Close, bitch. You already know. You know the way it go.
God bless my soul, I'm a sinner.
Nigga.
The path of righteousness is thinner. I was beaten with many stripes, far more than I'd like to remember. My life is like a wild adventure. Cops tried to pinch us, niggas piled up in my mama's central. I had the 9 with the condenser. Your teeth go from white to magenta when them shots enter. Hit you and left your body bent up. You know the chain of command. If it's for dollars, then we could probably link up. But otherwise, it's unlikely, my nigga.
I doubt it.
I'm not to be taken lightly, I'm a silent killer. Do me a solid, come suck what's behind the zipper. I steer the ship, I'm the skipper. I don't fish, I'm more Guy Fisher, but just a bit richer. There's no magician that can trick us. No roots, no chickens can spook us, we ain't superstitious. I'm with your bitch in the booth, in the roof, Chris kissing. We slid in the back door and walked through the kitchen. Ass so fat, shit had me tripping like trying to stick raw Strickland. My aura glisten, I shot the ball with the stick from long distance and went off the grid to chill just like a baller with a torn meniscus. I still never slipped with all this water dripping, knocked the game up, it was more than just morning sickness. I hit the floor to beg for the Lord's forgiveness, I done lost my discipline, I'm tempted. Listen kid, I'm still on that pimp shit, my shooter's like Larry Birdie from Port-au-Prince, he not from French Lick. This shit is intrinsic, my niggas kill, that's how we build friendships, till in your membership's pending. Pinky ring with the diamond pendant, it's swinging. I'm in the European speeding up and down Linden.
Motherfucker. Niggas can't play with me. Nah, man. I'm in a motherfucking class by myself, nigga. Shame with you hoes, hey, love, nigga. Shit. Get it fucked up. Shame with you hoes. Shame with you hoes, hey, love, nigga.
very soulful. All right. So, where you want to start with? Want me just get into the lyrics?
Just get into
the lyrics. All right. So, lyrics on this one that I wanted to point out was this one where it was a few bars in here. Okay. First one is, you know the chain of command. If it's for dollars, then we probably could link up. Self-explanatory. Chain, but just how you threw the metaphor in there, chain, link. That was just like, okay, that was slick. Okay. But then he comes back and he said, I'm not to be taken lightly, I'm a solid killer. Do me a solid. Come suck what's behind the zipper. I steer the ship, man. I'm the skipper. I don't fish. I'm more Guy Fisher, but just a bit richer. Now, let's digest some of this, okay? Now, self-explanatory, okay, on the whole, do me a solid, penis hard, okay? All right, we got that. Now, skip on to the part where it says, I steer the ship, I'm the skipper. We already know that. Gilligan's Island, okay, the skipper, okay? Correct. But he said, I don't fish. He said, I'm more like Guy Fisher. Now, for people who don't know who Guy Fisher is, Guy Fisher was a gentleman, African-American gentleman, that pushed a lot of weight back then in the early 70s, I believe it was. But, he was part of the council with Nicky Barnes. He was also the first black person to, I think he actually owned the Apollo. But I like how he threw that in and the wordplay of it. But when I'm listening to Roc Marciano, it gives me this, like, I need to continuously do better at lifestyle. One thing I like about his videos is he actually pays attention to luxury. Like, you know how people go out and they get all these Jordans, but it's like, it's not really luxury, okay? That's not something that's going to appreciate value, okay? Right. And so when I listen to a lot of his songs, he's more of that person that's like, invest in like wine. Like I've never really seen, I think I've only seen maybe a Hennessy bottle in any one of his videos. But other than that, it's mainly like wine or things that you can invest in. Wine is like a good thing to invest in. Champagne is another one. But he takes, trips to Paris. But even when he goes to like places like, he goes to Tokyo on one video. And it's like he goes and he enjoys life. And that's one thing I don't think a lot of us do as individuals, especially it's like we come in, like I know people that come into like 15,000 during income tax because they had kids, but they never take any trips. They never go and see anything, even stuff just here in the United States of America. Just
buying more Jordans, TVs, dumb shit.
Exactly. And do nothing. You never build your credit. You don't own a house. Like there's just things that you don't be like, oh, let me take a little bit of this money and purchase, an acre of land or anything. It's like you don't do anything with your life. And then it's like you're spending so much time, like I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to help this person, I'm trying to fix this, I gotta do this, I gotta take care of this person, and you ain't taking care of your damn self. And then when you get about 60, if you make it that long, then you die. It's gonna be a plethora of shit that you could have seen or enjoyed in your life, but you didn't live your life.
Come on, Bishop Gutta.
Already, you know what I'm saying? You just stuck in one spot. So that's kind of what I get from my listening to him and looking at his videos. Is there anything that I need to tap on that I didn't tap on?
I just need to know when he was born. He just gives me a vibe.
All right,
there's a feel there, and I just need to know.
Well, let's go in here and look. He was born February 11th, 1978. That boy's an Aquarius.
Perfect.
That boy is an Aquarius.
That's where I'm getting it from.
Yep. That boy is an Aquarius.
But see, he's a February Aquarius, which it's all, I got it.
Well, you can't say that because our son,
I know,
is a February Aquarius, and hell, look at that. Nah, but he's actually real good. Oh, let me tell you what he did when he came home today, though. He walked in the door. He saw the animals and stuff, like the dog and the rabbit and everything we got. And he comes in, he was like, "How was y'all homeschool?" I was like, "What the hell?" Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, and then he started like talking to him, like, "How was your homeschool? How was your school today?" And I'm like, man, he is like just like this enthusiastic like type person, like just charisma, just out the water with it, but.
And crazy.
Yes. Well, let's stick to it. All right, so we're gonna move on. This one is Downtown 81 by Roc Marciano.
Sophisticated lady, yeah, you know I drive you crazy, don't I? Don't I, baby? Don't I? Don't I? Yeah, come on, yo. At the penthouse, breaking bread with a thick brick house. I dicked her down, she took the shit like a big gal. The picture fell. I ain't gotta have a pitch for this to sell. This shit sell itself. I ain't gotta do shit. Red bone bitch with the yellow tail, eating yellow tail. Picture me jealous, whole LOL, LMAO. The all white Alfa Romeo look like yayo. I'm on my way, yo. If the clothes made by Josue, then it's fuego. The coat got flames on it like it came straight from Waco. The cream suede Kanye's is Alfredo. Scott Baio, Mayo. I'm waving high to a hater, bitch, I may know. Drive by, spray a Laredo with 5 Dracos. The behind on the rape though, it look like one of Draco's. The shape is cold, I'm baking coke. I made all this cake, I'm scraping the bowl like an 8-year-old. Shake you out your J's, made your ankle roll. Do you dirty like Kobe did Jalen Rose. Come on, give you 81. Basquiat downtown, 81. 81. Basquiat downtown, 81. The Gucci frames was made in 81. I'm in the Mercedes, I'm doing 81. Kobe gave the homie Jalen 81. 81. 81. Straight like that, nigga.
Alrighty, so now that was Roc Marciano's Downtown 81. Okay, and now the lyrics that stood out to me in this one, these bars, was where he said the coat got flames on it like it came straight from Waco. Okay, first bar, Waco, you know about David Koresh. Down in Waco back in the 90s, was like 93 or some shit like that. They had a big old shootout, cult, some other shit. Okay, but that's what he was talking about that, okay? He was talking about that situation. Now, then he turns around, he says, the cream suede Kanye's is Alfredo. Okay, he's talking about the Kanye, the Yeezys. Okay, yes, okay. Scott Baio, which, okay, he got me with the Alfredo because I was hungry. Okay, went to, cream from the Alfredo sauce, like, you see what I'm saying? You saw just a wordplay, okay? Then he turns around, he says mayo. Okay, then he says, I'm waving high to the haters, bitch, I may know. Okay, we know that, that's a metaphor. Mano had the song High Haters, yeah. Okay, now, this is when it gets a little bit, even like, more with the wordplay, okay, in the metaphors. He says, drive by, spray your Laredo with 5 Dracos, okay? He said the behind on the Wraith though, which he's talking about the Rolls Royce, that's a car, okay? The behind on that though looks like one of Draco's. You see what I'm saying? Like the mind frame to be able to use, like I'm fascinated with cats that use words like that. Like that's poetry. That's what, when rappers use that stuff, it's poetry, okay? Y'all need to stop just being like, oh man, that flow. Most of these cats use the same flow, but pay attention to what they saying. The wordplay. What they talking about. Does it mean something? Okay? Is it like I'm just going in the bathroom and using toilet paper? Like, is it just that simple? That simplistic? Or they actually, having a meaning behind the shit that they saying? Okay? And then, just the ending part. When he said, I do you dirty like Kobe did Jalen Rose. Nigga, off top. We know that Kobe scored 81 on Jalen Rose. Shout out to Stone. Because I know he's a big Laker fan. But look, but it's just the way he uses his words is what makes me feel like he's so underrated. You know, and like I said, and the fact about his beats, but it's like a lot of people won't get his beats because they're like, oh, you know, they so like
outside the box.
Yeah, so I'm trap, drill, trap, and it's like, dog, you gotta come out of that shit. You gotta come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because the more shit you listen to, is the more mentally you're gonna kind of be at. You know, like it can drain you. You know, if you listen to a lot of depressing music, you're gonna eventually become depressed. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. If you listen about popping pills and doing drugs and shit, you probably gonna end up popping fentanyl and all this other shit. So it's like I pick and choose certain artists to listen to, even newer artists. I just pick and choose which ones to listen to, and it's just like I try to take and pay attention to different stuff, like not even stuff I see in the video. Like in the video, my listeners obviously, you know, they didn't have to check out the video, but in the video, when he was walking through the hotel and he had the robe on and he just noticed that one of the lights was out, he stopped, you know what I'm saying, you know, twisted it back in, got it going again. It's just paying attention. It's like just, you know, being clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want your house to be clean. It's like just taking the time to appreciate life. He literally could have just walked past that damn light and be like, fuck that bitch out, and just kept going. But it's like the fact that he's paying attention, like, dude, I'm enjoying my life. I'm finna make this bulb shine again. You know, whatever the case. But that's how I pay attention to stuff, you know what I'm saying, in different music videos. So, but that's kind of what I got from that one and stuff like that. But that's what I wanted to point out for that one. Is there anything else you saw in there that you...
No, I was just going to say, you know, that's kind of similar to the way that people look at hip hop. Like right now, everybody's doing trap beats. So they're just associating the trap beats with that. But I'm like, there's so much more to the genre. You just have to get into it. And that's where you will find your Roc Marcies or... I grew up listening to Jean Grey. A lot of people don't even know who she was, or even to this day don't even know who she was. But I'm like, she had bars. She was really good. Everybody just was Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, all of that, which is mainstream, so I get why. But if you're a true fan of the genre, then dig into it. See what's all out there. Because trust me, there's a lot. There's more talented people than what we see mainstream. There's even more talented people, or people who are more talented than the ones that are mainstream. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, he produced the whole project with Stove God.
And they are magic.
Yes, which I want to see these episodes.
They are magic. Because not only because they both got bars, they both can spit some shit, but they're kind of opposites in their delivery.
Yeah.
So it just works. It just works. If I'm sitting in the house and I hear the butcher's coming, my ears are open. Like, what is he gonna say? Because he's gonna drop something. You know what I'm saying? They're all unique. Westside, his voice is just, and it's crazy because at first when I heard his voice, I was kind of like, but once he gets to doing his thing and on the beats that he chooses, it's like, it fits. It just works. It's magic. You know? Conway.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the thing with Westside Gunn is like a lot of times he kind of, like, he doesn't sound like Ghostface, but it kind of gives you
a taste.
Of it. But
but he's still Westside. Like you wouldn't listen to Westside and think he was Ghostface. Mm-hmm. They're two completely different artists.
That is definitely true. That's definitely true. Yeah, I think a lot of them are killing it. Chase Fetty.
Yeah. And like we said, we already talked about Flea.
Yeah, Flea Lord, 38 Special. I think the whole Black Soprano family is really doing, especially him and Rick Hyde.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was listening to Heem.
Yep, Heem.
Yeah, I was listening to him earlier today.
Yeah, I try to tap into everybody. I try to tap into South, West. So don't think I'm being biased at all, because that is not the case. But it's just I really want to put a spotlight on Roc Marcy because, you know, he started being part of the Flip Mode Squad. You know, he was in flip mode.
Right, and if you wouldn't have told me that, I would have never known. I just heard Busta. He's made some comments.
Yes, and
as far as how talented he is, but you know, that's just a name that I really don't hear in the industry, and I'm like, why?
And he definitely needs to get his respect. I mean, you know, even if you do something like Coachella or you have these festivals, he's one of the ones that I don't see how you're not having him at these festivals.
And I get, you know, everything ain't for everybody. You know, everybody isn't for everybody. So I understand that, but I'm like, if you're not a fan, it's okay. Don't be a fan. But you cannot deny his talent. You can't say that he ain't got bars.
Yes.
So we have to agree on that.
Yes. Well, this takes us to our last song from him, and this right here is called "No Smoke." This is actually featuring his. I don't know if he's I don't know if it's his artist, but I see him in a lot of his videos, and I know they do a lot of stuff together as well, which is Knowledge the Pirate.
I come from the era where you knew who the dope dealers and the pushers and the pimp were. They had the shiniest gators. They had the cleanest nails. They had the baddest suits. They had the coldest hats. They ate the fattest steaks. They had manicures. They got facials. They bitches look good. They cars look good. Nowadays, these niggas that sell the dope, they look just like the niggas that smoke the dope.
I dream a genie in that Hermes bikini. Listen, I dream a genie in that Hermes bikini, driving in a Bentador Lamborghini, somewhere in Fiji, sipping mojitos and martinis, while Trump tweeting quotes from Mussolini. Shit, I'm trying to raise my kundalini. We all about our chicken and that fettuccine. My G's a D-square, my shoes are Bashimi. Son was chewing zucchini, eating linguine. Shit got hot and steamy, sent shots to his beanie. I'm from a block where they watching and scheming, plotting and squatting with the chopper and squeeze it. Let it fly and disappear like who I'm out and drove past the crime scene, make sure his food was finished. Found his body laid on 129 in Lenox. Yeah, that's how we handled that was son. Them hitters was out of town, they don't know who did it. Man, them niggas come from OT, that's where his soul was sentenced. Word. Fucking lame ass nigga. He told on his co-defendant. Word, boy, that nigga out of here, man. He broke cold when he told on his co-defendant.
I love this shit. Gold frames and gold chains, you chump change. Changing lanes in the most sane. I'm smooth like suede, real estate spray like a shooting range. I got shooters for days and nothing new, I'm still doing things. I still clean my jewelry with toothpaste. Drive-bys in the tourist show. Silent murders with the crossbow. Might blow this whole elbow, so fuck with me, hell no. Rain, hell, snow. I smell like coke, might drop an M on belts and coats. The Kel-Tex hell close, the Colt 40 got the elephant nose. You already know how the hell this shit goes. That's my word, these proverbs. I was waiting on my return, I had some time to burn. It's a broken promise worth, these are honest words. Mama, I'm just trying to earn a dime to calm my nerves. Flying spurs swerve all kind of furs. With drive-bys occur, watch pies get turned. Flies bird, you must be high on CERN. You got nerve, they might have to buy you an iron shirt.
Fuck with me, boy. Fuck out of here, bum ass.
My bitch a white fox, go get your shine box. You ride or not, I had your body tied and knot. Bacardi Lyman on the rocks. Diamonds all in the watch. You ain't got the chops to trade shots. The chopper weigh a lot. Tripod to keep it stabilized. Dudes paying with your lives. Spray you's just a favor to the gods.
Sacrifice you, nigga. Take you to the altar, nigga. Drop you in the volcano, bitch. Got me back in my bag. Yeah, all that good shit. Light your ass up, boy.
Roc Marciano, No Smoke. What you got before I get in these bars?
Man. That's one of my favorites. I think that wants to be one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
The beat is just so clean to me. It gives me that.
I like that guitar riff.
Soul move. Yeah.
That guitar riff is a motherfucker. Boy.
Makes you think of Foxy Brown, Chuck Turner.
All you bitches out of business. Pack your
What are you doing, motherfucker?
Pack your shit.
Get your hands off of me, shit!
Pack your ass, bitch. Your ass is leaving.
What are you doing?
Get the fuck out of here.
I don't understand, Chuck Turner. What the hell is... Get out of my closet.
Your shit backfired. I killed Blue's ass and you'll get the fuck out of here. Your ass
That
next.
jive motherfucker!
Pack, hold it.
Chuck Turner, anything you want, you can have it. Listen to me. Forget them jive motherfuckers. You and me could both... We could do business.
Cut that act, bitch. Before you get that piece out, your ass is air conditioned.
And every time I hear this song, that clip just plays in my head, and I just want to laugh.
Okay, we going there. All right, and then what else? What else you think? What else you like about it?
I mean, he gave us the bars as usual. The video was clean.
Yes.
The featured artist was just as dope. Like
them shoes was clean.
Them shoes was everything.
I think
ain't fucking with Balenciaga right now.
I think that's what them shoes was. Yeah, because he's actually big on like Paris luxury type of items. Mm-hmm. So like like Balenciaga, not Chanel, but Versace. You know, he's big on those like Paris, type of things.
Yeah, and I see like he'll have like I don't know what you call them shirts, but he'll have like the shirts and they be like, I don't know, it's like I know what I'm trying to say.
You talking about the one he just had on that looked like he had tattoos on it?
No, not that, but like in other pictures and stuff, like how I see him dressed, I can see like when you say that, like, yeah.
Well, the only bars that I want to point out on this one was actually two things I want to point out. So one was, he said, I got shooters for days, ain't nothing new, I'm still doing things. I still clean my jewelry with toothpaste. This is what people understand. This is what I caught out of that. When he said, ain't nothing new, I'm still doing things, like he's still doing old things that he used to do because it worked. Mm-hmm. And if it worked, don't fuck with it. Ain't no reason to mess with it. And that's one of the things I got from that line when he said, I still clean my jewelry with toothpaste, because I still clean my jewelry with toothpaste. Teeth and all, gold teeth, my grill and shit, I hit with the toothpaste, and it worked just as good as going to the store and spending money. Like, you don't have to do that.
Well, I go to the person who sold it to me, and they clean it for me. But
I can dig it. Yeah,
I get the point.
And then the other one would probably be, might blow this whole elbow. You fucking with me? Hell no. Rain, hail, snow. I smell like coke. That one, I mean, I'm a sucker when it comes to the coke bars.
As we know.
Yes, but people need to know, like, hey, an elbow is a pound. So, so he says, so self-explanatory. But
we're following.
Yeah, but I really want to point out that whole toothpaste line. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, like I said, he be having some slick stuff in these bars, man, that brings like some knowledge. And you got to think. And you're right. Because every time I listen to songs and shit, I'm like, damn, I didn't catch that the first time. But something like that, or he'll say something and I just laugh. Kind of like, shit, okay, and I got it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a puzzle,
Yeah, sometimes it takes a time or two for you to listen and figure it out. But that's what makes it worth listening to over and over again.
Roc Marciano's one of those ones that's just kind of, he's underground and he needs to be pushed to the forefront a little bit more. So, and get the respect that he's due. But that's all I got to say. You got anything else?
Roc Marciano, we give you your flowers.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Rhymes with Flea Lord. But anyway, we out of here. Peace.
Just make sure the coke fire. Told the jeweler cut some links and bring the gold higher. He wanna shoot it, he hot-headed, he ghost rider. Send him through your shit like Robin Givens with the old iron. Swinging, fork in the glass pot clanking. Holding the boat, they ship sinking. I make one brick, two without blinking. They was sleeping, now I got them rethinking shit.